is about having a healthy relationship with food. And most people don't think of having a relationship with food. You think about having a relationship with other people, right? Yes. So you don't think about having a relationship with food. But if you eat when you're not hungry, if you eat when you're bored, if you eat when you're feeling despair, if you eat when you're angry, if you eat when you're sad, if you eat at any time other than when you're actually hungry, that means you have a dysfunctional relationship with food. And if you run to a cheesecake and they'll say you down a whole cheesecake, because I have people who have done that and who used to do it on a regular basis before we started working together. But the problem is, the point I'm making is, if you eat in those moments that you are not hungry, and you resort to those foods that you know are going to do you in, and you not only resort to certain foods, but you overeat those foods, in that moment you're feeling the bad feeling, that means we're having a dysfunctional relationship with food. Food is really meant to sustain you. Everybody knows that, right? So when you eat when you're not hungry, obviously you're automatically taking in excess calories. That means more calories than your body actually requires for you to sustain life, for you to do the things that you have to do to get through your day, doing those things that you want to do and that you have to do. Everything from breathing to batting your eyes to taking a step, whatever it is that you do, whatever is a normal body function, that's what food is meant to sustain, right? It's meant to sustain your organs, your cells, your body cells, your brain, and every part of you. So every time we're eating and eating foods that are made of essentially empty calories, because we talk about craving sweets in the moment of despair or a bad feeling, we're talking about basically empty calories. Some people who crave salty, crunchy foods, like they want chips or they want corn kernels in the moment of anger, means that, a lot of anger will, people who experience anger want something to crunch. They want to get rid of that bad feeling, and because they are angry, they want it to crunch. So some of the other foods that people crave in the times of despair include mashed potatoes or mac and cheese or ice cream, something that's warm and makes you feel warm inside, makes you feel comforted, which is why we call them comfort foods. But I want you to be able to, one, stop and take a mindful moment. Now, mindfulness has everything to do with thinking about your actions before you take them. It has everything to do with you analyzing, like really asking yourself if you really are hungry. So in that moment where you crave the ice cream or the potato chips or whatever those things are, take a step back. Ask yourself, this is the first step. Ask yourself, am I really hungry?